Hi everyone, in this video I want to do a brief recap of personal pronouns. Before we talk about personal pronouns, let's just review what nouns are. Nouns are either places, people, or things. If you want a refresher, here are some examples of nouns. Personal pronouns are specifically used so a sentence doesn't sound repetitive. For example, instead of saying something like, when Ashley wakes up, Ashley eats breakfast. When Ashley is done, Ashley puts the plates away. Instead, we would say, when Ashley wakes up, she eats breakfast. When she's done, she puts her plates away. As you can see, the personal pronoun she allows us to replace Ashley in the sentence, and in turn, it allows us to be less repetitive. I am sure that you guys are very familiar with personal pronouns in English. So let's examine personal pronouns in Spanish. For the most part, personal pronouns in English are similar to personal pronouns in Spanish. Here are all the personal pronouns in Spanish. There are some key differences between personal pronouns in English and personal pronouns in Spanish. You in English is used in all of the following situations: when referring to a boss, when referring to a group of people, when addressing relatives. In Spanish, however, we differentiate among all of those situations. We have different terms for you formal, you informal, and you plural. Let's talk about them. You formal. You formal in Spanish is usted. Usted is used for older people, strangers, and authority figures. For example, if you were talking to a stranger on the street, you would address them by usted. If you were talking to your boss, you would address them by usted. In contrast, we also have you informal. You informal in Spanish is tú. Tú is used for younger people or people of your same age. It's also used for friends and family. For instance, if you were referring to your mom, your sister, one of your friends, or a younger kid, you would address to them with the pronoun tú. Finally, we have you plural. You plural in Spanish is ustedes. Ustedes is always used when addressing two or more people. For instance, if you were talking to two of your friends, you would address them with ustedes. If you were talking to a few of your teammates, you would address them with ustedes. If you were talking to a group of strangers on the street, you would address them with ustedes. Finally, the second major difference between Spanish and English pronouns is that in Spanish we have feminine versions for we and they. So just be careful to use pronouns correctly because native speakers will be confused if you use the wrong pronoun. If you want to test your knowledge, do the exercises in the link down below.